Yep. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. It's been quite the week. Again, I'm recording this the week before school starts, and for those of you who do not know, I am a teacher at a school, private school out here in West Palm Beach named the Creative Center for Education, and recording this a week before school starts, and we're there as teachers just gaining a ton of insight, learning from each other, developing, making sure we're ready to have a great school year, right? So we had a coordinator from the company, I believe the name of the company is Fountains and Patelis or something like that. It's basically the company that provides a lot of the lesson plans, that supplies a lot of the books, and they provide, like I mentioned, tactics and ways and certain things that you do in order to structure your classroom the correct way, and how to read to the kids, interactive read alouds, certain things like how we teach them phonics, a ton of information, ton of great information, I should say, ton of things just packed into their whole framework, packed into their whole company. Lessons, like I said, lesson plans, all these sorts of things that could be incorporated as it comes time to teach the kids, right? So as she was teaching us as adults, as we were developing as adults, or developing as teachers, I should say, and I'm using the word adults for a reason. I'm intentionally using that word because we were talking about read alouds, and in many cases there's some people who have argued and said that you need to stop doing read alouds when a child gets a certain age, and she called bullshit. She goes, that's bullshit, because right now, even you as adults, you're never too old to be read to. You're never too old to be told a story, all right? So she read us a story that was very powerful, and I'm gonna kind of summarize it here for you now. The title of the book was After the Fall. All right, it's After the Fall, and it was a story about what actually happened to Humpty Dumpty. All right, what actually happened to I'm asking you before I even give you the summary. What actually happened to Humpty Dumpty after he fell off the wall and cracked his shit, right? What happened to him? No one actually knows. No adult actually knows. She kind of threw us off with that, right? So she read the book, and the book may have been about, if so many, 15 to 20 words long. All right, however, it was packed with powerful images, the illustrations of what the ladder was, the books, and everything that the egg had gone through as it was cracked and trying to find his way back. Talked all about it. Basically gave little signals and signs about how this Humpty Dumpty was so scared to climb a ladder, and he's looking at all these birds and he's wishing that he could touch them, but he's too scared to fall. He's too scared to climb up a ladder and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually he made his own bird. He made his own bird from paper, and he threw it up in the sky, and it got stuck. So now he's looking at it, he's like, oh man, I gotta climb the wall. I gotta climb this ladder and go get my bird unstuck that I made, right? So Humpty Dumpty, he gets up to the ladder, he finds this bird, and you start to see the author really take us to another place at this point, because as he climbed the ladder, his fears are starting to be realized that he could do it, and his shell starts cracking, and eventually it comes out that Humpty Dumpty actually is a bird himself. He's a bird himself. He cracks open, and he has the book ends with him with these wings, and he's flying amongst the birds, and he's made it. And I swear I could bring on any one of my colleagues right now, and there were grown adults. Well, I wasn't one of them, I'll tell you that now, but there were grown adults in that room who got teary-eyed. They started getting teary-eyed because they realized the connection it makes to adults, and how you may feel when you may be going through some things in life. The summary I wrote was, there may be a situation where you're working a job, where you've worked towards a job, you've climbed up a corporate ladder, you fell off, and then you've gotten scared to climb back on it, and it really was about just how you're looking at the ladder, what kinds of things, what exactly was the situation, all those sorts of things. So the main thing from today's Move Swiftly thought is understanding, number one, first of all, let me just say this. I'll say it like this. Are you going to work every day for a paycheck, or are you going to work because of the things that you can learn at work and how you can apply them to your life? All right, there's a huge difference. All right, because no, I don't care who it is, what it is, no job is going to be able to pay you what you're worth, which means you need to be going to work and learning how to apply the principles and apply the things you're learning at work, apply them to your personal life. That story that I just told is very applicable to my life. Second thing, and the final thing, I'll close you out with this. Understand, you're never too old to have a story told to you, all right, an impactful story told to you that can change your life. So get in the understanding of perfecting and editing and making sure you know how to tell stories that'll leave an impact on people, and then you can find yourself getting to the places and having the influence that you want to have because you've perfected the skill of storytelling. And for you to do that, I don't want to simplify this. For you to do that, it takes you having courage. It takes you having a great deal of courage to share some things that you may not have shared, may not want to share, that hurt you. There are things that you've buried in your past that you don't want to relive, moments that you don't want to relive, all that stuff. And that's where the courage piece comes in, all right? Main website to check out to dive deeper into my work, makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.